gotta get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah. No, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go.
Welcome, everybody, to Vulcan Talk with the Greek. And today we got Fowler joining. Man, I'm jealous. I can't do that stuff. I can't. You know, we're all future Vulcaneers here. Wearing Fowler's shirt. You can check that out.
It's wash day. It's wash day.
What, you don't have 5 shirts for every day of the week?
No, dude, man, that shipping is expensive. I only ordered one. I might have to order like 6 pairs or something, like 6 shirts just to keep up.
Yeah, mine's got dog hair over it. My dog was just laying on top of me, so it's all
Vulcan air.
This camera picks it all up. Oh man, what a day today was, huh?
Yeah.
Lots of lives. We had Prado going live. I joined him on my lunch break. We had you going live. Everybody's like doing the live stream. They're just going from one live to another. It's like a live party every day, you know?
That's how it should
I don't know
be,
how
man.
they do
It's
it.
like 24/7 coverage of Vulcan, just like on the internet.
The 8 ball still hates me, so what are we gonna do?
Man.
I can't get a bet right. The 8 ball hates me. You know.
No, it was on a roll today, man.
Yeah.
It was on a roll today.
So for those who didn't hear the big news of the day, the Greek's here. I'm kidding. The big news of the day is if you are a node holder, whatever the node has rebased will be all released to you in your wallet on top of the 5% from if you're of your main bag. So that's a great thing. So to give the numbers, it's about 90. Okay, there's 96 in each light node for Vulcan. You subtract 27.2 that's staked. That's what will get released for each light node you hold. And it's 2,658, which will get released to your wallet for each full node you hold. That will be in your wallet. Now, also, some questions I was just asked on my Discord, and I said I'd get to it on the live. Hopefully, Ari Diesel is here because this is a question he asked. He asked can you split like your 5%? Can you split it up 2.5% first week, 2.5% the second week? You can't. You claim it. It all goes into your wallet. Now, what you choose to do with that 5%, it's on you. You have to have the self-control. If you want to split it up 2.5%, you just have to you split it in 50-50. You just have to have that
Control.
wherewithal to do that yourself. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We also found out that the rebasing, I know this has been a question I've been asked many times, and I wasn't giving an answer. I wasn't saying anything public until I confirmed it. It's been said by the team now. It will rebase all together, whatever your full amount is, but only the part that's in the 5% released in your wallet will get released to your wallet. The rest will stay in the contract, and then that will get out as your percentage is released. Whatever that percentage is rebased out to will get released as well. So that answers that question with the rebasing, because I know people were worried about that. And on yesterday's show, I did make some mistakes. We are not 4x in profit. I have to say we're not 4x in profit. We're 6x. 6x. I forgot that we were given a bonus. So when I did my math, I took the vol amount that I was given, forgetting that that was with the bonus. And then that's how I got to my numbers of $2.50 a coin. We are actually at $1.50 is our price average. So I forgot about the bonus that Brian gave everybody day one. This is only for day oneers with the bonus and the extra that we got. We are at $1.50 per Vulcan that we hold in our wallet right now. So that makes it even more of a reason why vesting is important, because we essentially bought all our coins that we hold in our wallet for $1.50, and now they're worth $9, which essentially means $7.50 per coin was given to us for free. Now, where do you think liquidity for this comes from? You think that they just pull it out of thin air? That's the problem that we're having here and why a vesting schedule is needed. And I know some people hate it when I say this. It was called a sacrifice for a reason. It wasn't a guarantee. Like, it wasn't guaranteed. When you sacrificed, you had to understand that there were certain things that come. It's not guaranteed. Just because something they put on paper at that time. Look at how much the space has changed since the time we sacrificed. Not only, Gary Gensler coming for staking. You got all kinds of things going on in the space.
Mm-hmm.
You got depegging of coins, FTX going down, all kinds of stuff happening in the space since we sacrificed. And then on top of that, so whenever I hear people say we were promised one thing and look what we got now, and look that we were never promised staking. We weren't promised this awesome blockchain that we have now. We were promised actually a much less attractive blockchain when you go back and you look at the way everything was on the old system that we were promised. So when I look at that, that makes me extra excited. I mean, we were promised 191,888%, which would have tanked the price. We would have been about 10 cents in July. Let's assume we were opening January 20th, whatever. Nothing's changed. We opened January 20th. By July, we would have been down in the 10 to 15 cent range. You would have had a lot more coins. You would have had less value than you do in your wallet right now. Okay? That's the truth of the matter. So we were given something great. Every single time there's been a delay, we've been given something even better. We got Power Pool, Flex. Pradonomics is back on the table now. I mean, what else can we hope for?
Maybe you can answer this, Greek, but how much will we stand to make with the old tokenomics system versus this one?
So I did some math, and with my node figuring and just running some numbers on my old system, I would have had like somewhere about like 400,000 coins by the time we hit July 20th, where we got to the flex part, and then I would have had 400,000 coins. The circulating supply would have been somewhere around 15 billion. Okay. Now my starting value is 65K right now. I did the math at what I figured I ran these numbers with my dad, who's a CPA, and we figured this with the circulating supply being where it's at and everything. We figured 10 to 15 cents, and I totally forgot the math, but it was somewhere worth like 15K at that point. So I would have lost 45K in value, and that's even with node revenue on top of things. That's if I didn't sell correctly or pick the right times to sell. That's when selling would have been like one of those things where you have to time your sells. You have to be important, and that would have further tanked the price too, because, selling on top of rebasing. And people go, but you're still rebasing now. But now's rebasing is not anywhere near. It takes a year to double your bag in as opposed to 34 days. That's huge. So Yeah, the old system was not going to be conducive. And then when they made the change and everybody freaked out at first, I was in a car in Florida driving across the state of Florida, and I was losing my crap in the car. Like, I was so excited. I'm sitting there and my dad's like, what's going on? I'm like, they just changed the mechanics. This is the new mechanics. My dad looks at me and goes, that's way better.
Wait.
And like we just, because we spent, like, I was explaining Vulcan to him in the car, the previous drive, telling him what the old mechanics were and explaining to him. And he goes, oh, that's going to be tough, because he knows how price works. So it was just kind of, it was like one of those aha moments where when they changed it, both of us looked at each other and I go, oh, and that was fun because I got to get on a live stream and, Prado going all gung ho. And then I get on and I had to, Brooklyn Hodl Vulcan, you are first on the board. Once again, YouTube deleted like 70 comments. People did screenshot it this time and throw it. OBZ was up there. Compton was up there. I think Lady Bex was up there. I had commented. It even removed my comment. So YouTube hates everybody equally. Just want you guys to know. Brooklyn Hodl Yoda, let's go 2 more hours. The Knicks, boom. Everyone, let's go. From Donald Richardson. Nice to see you. Biz has been here for a long time. He's always here. Gil Barrow. Hello, everyone. Gilberto, Biz, do you know the name of the project Dio is working on? It's called OXPA. He's got a Discord. Maybe Biz can throw that link down for me. Richard Hudman's always here. My newest channel member, he joined yesterday. Jaime Garcia Prieto, let's freaking go. Jason Hayes, Thirst. Everybody's like, they just love the live streams. They love it. And they want more of it. And then when I only go for like tonight, I said I was going to start the show off and tell people I was only going to go an hour and a half max because I got stuff that I have to do tonight. And they're just going to be angry when I have to end it. So you never heard me say that. I'm the first one to say first. That is true, Nevin. First one that actually kept the comment. The live stream addiction is real. Hello, everyone. John Kano. Prelvis, I invited him on the live. He said, Greek, forget you. I'm not coming today. He's at some motorcycle event, so he can't come. Houston, Texas, checking in. Brian P's always in the house. Confirmant, I invited him to the live. He's a very busy man. Check out anythingcrypto.news where you can get your daily news. He does awesome work there in the crypto market, in the crypto space, so please support my boy Confirmant. Triple Moon's here. I wonder if Boo's here. Probably not. They come together. Who knows? Mellofellow Crypto, greetings, Vulcan fam. He's been putting out some good videos, and it's good to see everybody supporting. We got a new Crew 3 initiative that's going to help spread the word for all of us. That will be good. I signed up yesterday, and I think that starts Monday, right? So we'll find out what I'm going to try. I'm going to try and win that Crew 3 initiative. Jay Legends in the house. Jay Legend's the one who actually helped us today determine the node news because he was asking and prodding Brian, and Brian gave him the answer. So awesome job, Jay Legend. Everybody has their part to play. You got that news for us so we can spread it to the world. Let's go. Vulcan to the moon. Safuu Warriors in the house. Dursel Text in the house. Hey, Greek. Jason does excellent work on Twitter. I used his graphics many times. He gave me permission to steal them. So I found out, like, when you put pictures or graphics on your tweets, it just makes it like people just like it more. I don't know. That's just my thing. So always put pictures. Like if you guys have Vulcan graphics, like when you're saying Vulcan to the moon, put a Vulcan graphic. It will make it much more like appealing too. It's just my opinion on the fact. Maybe it's not anything to do with anything. Sky Dreams, hello Greek. Ulrich is here. 20 people, 18 likes. Our fractions off, investors. Push that like button. Yes, push the like button. Go to Fowler's channel. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers so that he can make money for doing what he loves to do. Okay, because none of us are paid by anybody. As you heard me say, we do this because we love to do it. YouTube pays me. They don't pay me that well. So any support you guys can do, you don't have to support me. I don't expect anything, but go drop us, subscribe to Fowler. He does excellent work every day. He does live streams by himself. He goes into Prado mode and he brings out the magic 8-ball, and people get to ask him questions. And the 8-ball sometimes is a hate ball. It's a futter ball. We don't know what kind of ball we're going to get that day.
8-ball knows all.
Today, the 8-ball hated the Greek. A few weeks ago, the 8-ball loved the Greek. We don't know what we're getting. We don't know. We do not know.
Prado got mad 8 balls today. Like yesterday, he's been on a roll.
Prado gets annoyed with the 8 ball sometimes. He's like, dude, that 8 ball Greek, I'm telling you, it hates you. Rickness is in the house. Howdy, fam. I'm actually not late for once. Well, that's good. You're here early. You get to see me early. There's a dog here that was hanging down from my head. It was bugging me. Lady Bex is in the house. Supposedly, Prado's trying to start heat with me and Lady Bex. He keeps trying to put titles saying the Greek hates Lady Bex or the Lady Bex hates the Greek. It's not going to work. Okay, don't give in to Prado when he says, what title should I do to get more viewers about the Greek? Brian hates the Greek. Brian wants the Greek out. The Greek's selling at $10. That's Prado.
I thought that was the best one. The last one.
Okay, I will give it to him. Lady Beck says, hey, everyone, let's go. Riley Freeman's in the house. Yeah, Prado all the time. Oh, what can we do? And then I wake up to people, and they're like, this person's fighting on you, Greek. And they don't see Prado like 5 things higher saying, hey, let's all talk shit about the Greek. And Prado's always like,
right.
12 Wise 34. Hello, everyone. What's up, man? Number 2000 here. Can't wait for the rundown. What? This isn't a Prado show. I don't do no rundowns. Okay, I'm kidding. If I do a rundown, I'll do the Greek down, where it's no music and no animation. Richie McLaughlin was here. Lady Bex was here. Hetty One's here. Inspire Life Goes is here. Shout out to the mods for keeping things flowing and tremendous support you show for the Vulcan and its influencers. Thank you all. You guys don't know what it means to me to have all of you here, like just watching me. Like there's 112 of you right now. And like I can't even say how like honored I am. I never thought anybody would want to watch me do anything. When I started my YouTube journey, I was just hoping, just to do content because I enjoyed it. My friends like, you have no life. You should do something. So I'm like, okay, let me start YouTube. And that's what I did. And then I grown to love it. Vulcan 2731 node rebase. It's actually 3708 total. 1050 is staked. Now those numbers could be off 1 or 2 Vulcan, depending on what times they cut off the rebasing and all that stuff. But it's like 2658 would end up going. I hope it's 2731. I could be off a little bit on that because I haven't officially done it. I would have to look back at the times and everything. But either way, you're going to get about 2,700 in your wallet that you can do with whatever you want. Hopefully hold it. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Because as I said yesterday, for anybody who didn't hear this bomb, if the price stays at $9 and we do 50 million a day in volume. Okay. Let's just assume 50 million a day in volume. I'm not going to go crazy with crazy numbers. I'm going to give you attainable numbers that are attainable for each and every one of you, because I don't want you guys to be falling in love with big numbers, because we all love big numbers. I will say that 100%. If you like attainable numbers, you're going to love the big numbers. Okay. That's a given. So I'm going to give you attainable. If we stay at $9 and we travel sideways for the life of the blockchain, we don't even need price raising. This is the best part about this. If you stay at $9, we do 50 million a day in volume, and we just stay there and travel sideways, you make 10% a month of your investment every single month in daily passive income with flex rewards. And that's not counting power pool, because I don't want to do that math and focus on that, because we all know the power pools can be huge. So assuming you claim your flex every day and you're rebasing, you will make 10% of your investment every single month. That's 120% a year. Tell me which bank is doing that for you.
None.
But no, that's why sometimes it irks me when I hear people say, "Oh, I need to sell my bag. I need to sell my bag," and they're so quick to sell their bag, and they're so mad that they only have access to 5%, but you're gaining on 100% of your bag. You're getting all the rewards of 100% of your bag. You just only have access to 5% to sell the 5%. But that 10% you're earning throughout the month too on your bag, you can sell that as well as the 5%. So technically, you have access to 15% of your bag, assuming you don't sell the 5% day one. If you sell it last day, then you have access to 15%. Now, you won't want to do that when you're eligible for the power pool. You don't want to lower your percentage on the last day of the month and lower your power pool percentage, right? So this is set up for passive income for the rest of your life. And I asked my friend the other day, I go, if I offered you a penny doubling every day for a month, would you take that, or would you take $1 million right now? And he just, classic answer, didn't think it through, said $1 million right now. And I go, wow, you give up a lot of money, bro. It's like somewhere I think it's $5.3 million that a penny doubling every day for a month makes you. So remember to have that mindset of what happens when you just focus on long-term potential growth and instead of short-term. Like, I could sell my whole bag for 60K, or I can make 80K off that 60K in a year, maybe even more. We're talking, this is at $9 pricing and 50 million in volume. Now, if the blockchain's successful, you can make really good money off of your bag size without ever having to touch your initial bag. And that's what Brian's trying to instill, and that's what the vesting is going to help doing. And it's also going to cause good price appreciation. It's going to cause good liquidity to come in and build the liquidity pool in a healthy manner and really make it a great thing for all of us.
Well, hopefully people start seeing it, because everybody's ready to, like, you swear everybody's ready to sell. Like, what is that going to do? Like, what is that going to do? Oh yeah, I'm the greatest. Definitely the greatest. What is that going to do by, like, just everybody selling? Like, if everyone sells, you're going to hurt the health of the blockchain. Like, that does no good. So, like, doing it this way, if you truly care about the blockchain and what it can do, node holder, everybody. This is not insurance plan way out. This is straight up everyone on the blockchain. If you truly care about what's going on here, then you know that this vested schedule is the best way to launch this project. So, I don't know.
Man,
hopefully
it gets me excited every time there's a change made, because one of the things I said to somebody, and this is like, everybody wants to be like the mechanics before, do you want to trust people to have that mentality with this much liquidity, when the liquidity, basically they took 1/9, they took $1.50 per each token they gave us, and that's what's in the liquidity pool. And then now they gave us $9 a token, and they're like, we're going to trust you guys to just do good by the blockchain. That was scary. Okay. And that's why when I start talking with people about vesting wouldn't be a bad option, I get, and 100%, I will say this, I get that people are pissed. I get they're mad, and I get that they are like, but Brian said it's a free market. Technically, it is a free market. He's not stopping you from selling. He's just limiting what you're getting. You're getting it on a schedule. You're getting your releases on a schedule. You can do whatever you want with it once you have it. Now, and when he was talking about free market, Brian said that when people were talking about wallet number 4, and a lot of people would bring up, can we ban wallet number 4, or we can blacklist them? And he says it's a free market. People can buy and sell as they wish. So a lot of people took what he said and just applied it to everything. And, maybe he said Vulcan's going to be a free market. Okay. But a lot has changed. And in the space, a lot has changed. And a lot of people are out there making inferences and saying that Brian did what he did because he's only looking out for themselves in the blockchain, and it doesn't have anything to do with tier 1 exchanges. Those statements are bad, because now you're saying Kyoto, they did the same thing. And I just found out another one did the same thing. I don't remember the name. Somebody told me. But if many people are doing it, Kyoto did a vesting schedule too. So there must be some truth to this. Okay. Maybe we don't know everything. There's a lot of conversations that happen behind the scenes that we're not in. I wish I could be in a conversation with a tier 1 exchange, because then I could be like, dude, yeah, we're on the right path. They're loving what's going on and give us all ease. But sometimes you have to keep that to your chest. But we don't know what's going on, and we don't know the conversations they're having. So whenever they make a decision, stop thinking they're not doing it for your detriment. Brian's not going there and being like, how can I piss the people off today?
Right. Exactly.
It's something that had to be done. And how could he make it in the best way that still allows, in my opinion, people, he may have known about the vesting a month and a half ago, and people might have been pissed that he never released it then. But maybe it was calculated to release the flex, to kind of get us excited about the flex, kind of get us excited about the power pool, and then throw the vesting at you. So now he's like, well, I can't just say, oh, you can't spend your money, because people would have been even more pissed. And then announce then it looks like he's just announcing that to ease our pain as opposed to not. I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know anything. Okay. I'm just saying that maybe things are done in a plan, and some people have thrown out, maybe he knew this when we sacrificed. We were promised something. That stuff is dangerous because we don't know that. Okay. We were promised a whole other, we got into that earlier. We were promised something totally different than what we were given. Okay. So that statement really bugs me when I see that. More 2 years to double, not 1 year. Yeah, I would need to do the math. Yeah, it's 0.12% a day, which, yeah, it's 56 APY. Yeah, it's 2 years. It's 2 years. Yeah, it is more than 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy. Shadow X in the house. We can grab another bag at launch. Now, what I anticipate is going to happen at launch is we're just going to open up and it's going to be a big green candle. And it's going to be like $18, $19, $20, $21. And it's just going to keep going up from there. So for anybody worried about somebody coming in, like I said yesterday and in my one video saying speaking the truth, is think of your bag size and what you put in to get your bag size, which is about 1/6 of what your bag size is. So essentially, if you have a 65K bag, like I do, you put in close to 12K. Okay. That's essentially what you put in to get that 65K bag. Now, when you put in that 12K, that's what it costs you to get that bag. Somebody at launch to get that same size bag as you has to throw in 65K. And they might not even be guaranteed. That's assuming they are the fastest person in the West and they get in all at $9. But if they put a 65K buy in this liquidity, they're not getting all those tokens at $9. There's not a chance in hell. They're not even going to get filled. So they won't even get the same size bag as you. So they're going to have to throw more money in at this. And we are going to reap the rewards because when it goes up, like from, let's say they get in at $40 and goes up to $80, they're only 2x. You know, we're going to be so many X's in. It's ridiculous. Okay.
We got Plan B in the chat.
Plan B is always here, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see what he's saying. Guys, I'm sorry. I got to skip a lot of comments. Never mind. John Kano, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate all my members. If you guys want to go to the Vulcan merch store, I have a special. Prado is given like 25% off for channel members. So I'm going to match it because I can't let Prado get all this. So if you're a channel member of my channel, reach out to me and I'll give you a special code when time is. Certain tier 1 exchanges wouldn't even speak to us past a point until we put vesting in place. Now the ball is rolling faster. It's a win-win. This exactly. And it annoys me that we have people who are out there saying that, you know, tier 1 exchanges, this isn't a thing. Like the team's making it up. Like what benefit do they have? Now, it's actually a win-win for us too. Like I've gone through this stuff, why it's a win-win for us. Essentially, the liquidity stuff, but this is huge. And for people who don't know, and then I've heard this comment before when people are like, tier 1 exchanges, though they're not on chain, but what they do bring is people. And when people come in, they're not just going to sit and buy Vulcan and sit on the exchange when they see all the stuff we have to offer by being on chain. And especially when we start saying, not your keys, not your crypto, get them off exchanges. I bought some Bitcoin today on Coinbase. Do you know how long my Bitcoin stayed on Coinbase today? 5 seconds. As long as it took me to copy the address to put it to my cold wallet, that's how long my Bitcoin stayed on Coinbase. So let's say it's an exchange that it's easy for me to KYC with an exchange and get on and off ramp from it. So I'm going to utilize that exchange for that, but it's not staying anywhere near that exchange. My crypto is not staying on that exchange for more than 5 minutes, unless they have a certain period of time. Sometimes they do that where when you buy and they have to prove that your goes through. But yeah, I hate when they do that stuff. Biz says Plan B's here with a message. Not today. I got my eyeballs. I got Fowler in the house taking care of me today. Plan B, I have to apologize to you because we're not going to get the calculator. No calculator today. Unless Prado wants to make a surprise appearance. Yeah, I don't do calculators, okay? Right on, Plan B makes perfect sense. King Kaching. Just Talking's in the house. reach out to me if you want to join, Leon. I can send you the link. I was trying to Odonato might join us. He was dealing with a crash investigation, so fun stuff. John 316 says, Moon, you're very smart. You know your stuff. Saw you ask important questions to Dio. Moon's done an excellent job. She's a live stream like pro, and she doesn't even realize it. So, Moon, if you want to come on and talk with us, you're more than welcome. Just reach out to me on Discord. And yeah, I'll get you the link. Or reach out to your boo. Maybe he can get you the link. He's got it. Is there a way to get more Vulcan before launch? There is not currently. I was trying to... Yeah, there's not. Unfortunately, they tried. They tried to allow a BNB sacrifice, and that vote just went... Boo!
Nobody wanted it. I said people are going to rue the day. They're going to rue the day. They wish they had that sacrifice.
Yeah. I understand what some people were saying. Oh, the supply is going to go up. You know, we have things locked in, the numbers and all that stuff. But all I was thinking of is selfishly, I wanted more Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got my bag ready. I'm building up I call it my Forex shark bag that I keep building up. We're now at 900 BUSD that I'm keep building up slowly every day.
Like, I wonder how many people would wanted to have a sacrifice, knowing what happened the other day with vesting. I wonder what that vote would have went like.
That's true.
And
they were so worried about people selling and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 100% true. Mm-hmm. I think but you know what? There's always those people that like, and I want people to know this because I heard this comment and it really, really bugs me. There is no inherent advantage for bag size with this. Okay. The vesting's the same. Everybody's got 5% of their bag. This doesn't harm the smaller investor. So if you hear that statement right away, I want you to know that that's false. And now if you take it as I'm a smaller investor, I need the money more, and that hurts me, then that's still you over invested. And I'm sorry if that's the case, because you know, needing the money, okay, money should not care if you lose. Okay, that's how
out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, like this money could go bye tomorrow. Nothing's guaranteed. We sacrificed. And I get it. I get it. You know, some people do. Some people started doing, like, let's say you had home improvements and you're like, oh, I won't have the money now. I'll put it on a credit card and then I'll have it because the Vulcan's coming out. You know, those are decisions that you guys made. That, I'm not saying people have done that. I've never heard a story about that, but I'm just saying that we can't. This isn't like a detriment to smaller investors. Like that big guy who holds 16 million. Yeah, he can sell more because his 5% is worth more, but that 5% is 5% of his bag. Like he's thrown in more. So that's like, it's all relative. So I don't want people thinking they're at a disadvantage here. And I hear that and I'm like, yeah, you can sell that narrative, but it's not true. There's no fact to it. Like we are all given the same playing field, whether you're a big fish or you're small fish. We're all swimming in the same ocean here. And this ocean's got plenty of food for all of us if we treat it right. And we allow the ecosystem to grow, and we allow the coral to come in, and we allow it to get colorful and plentiful and give us protection and let us go and flourish. What an analogy I just came up with.
Yeah, you must have an aquarium.
Man, I really want an awesome aquarium with like live coral. That's like one of my things. And like puffer fish. And like, okay. We have a super chat from Kelly Productions. Kelly Productions actually came on the worldwide stage today, and it was good to talk to him. Cracks me up when people say crypto APYs are too good to be true. I've heard that so many times. Too good to be true, because they're stuck on what banks do, but banks don't share revenue with you. They loan your money out to give you pennies while they profit. It's 100% true. My dad's on the board of investors at a bank. I know exactly what they do. I'm an investor in a bank as well. So like, I know exactly what they do. It's good for me when the bank sells. But, you know, we're not going under my bank, trust me. But we don't have a bunch of crypto and stuff running through it. But yeah, that's one thing I see a lot of people who aren't in crypto, and you'll notice that whenever you bring up something on my friends, like I'm making this much money passive income a month. I told them that 10% a month I'm making on my investment, and they go, "Sounds too good to be true. How do they do it?" And I'm like, because they're giving the revenue, the taxes, like it's like all recycled money. It's not printing new money. I won't believe it till it happens. So now every day I claim my flex. I'm going to take a video. It's going to be my short for the day. And then it's going straight into my group chat with all my friends on the amount I've claimed and what I made that day. And I'm just going to be like, look what I made today. Did you make that? Oh, yeah, you worked 8 hours for that. I clicked the button. That's what I'm going to do because I've told them and you know, I'm done. I'm done trying to tell them, well, first of all, now they can't get in. So they have to get in normal. But like I told them, get in. Some have Ethereum. Okay. My one friend has Ethereum and I'm like, sacrifice it. You get a bonus. It's like free money. I want to see the blockchain come out first, see how it's performing. And you know, that's why I say we're before early. We're taking more risk and the rewards are going to be far greater. When he comes in, by the time this thing's rolling and he has confidence in the blockchain, he's already missed the boat.
Yeah. That's what I'm
he
saying.
may be able to get 2-3, like, yeah, he buys in at $50 and it goes up to 150 and he 3x's his money. Okay. We are in at $1.50. When it goes to 150, we're at 100x. That's why I say we're before early. Like, see, so trust me.
Yeah.
Friends and family are going to be killing you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going to take care of my family. I'm still going to be like, guys, you didn't want to believe me. You laughed at me at the dinner table. But now, Christmas dinner, Pradonomics is in full works. The Greek is going to collect his power pool at the dinner table on Christmas and be like, guys, Merry Christmas. I just made $50K off my power pool collection. What did you do? That's what Prado, right. If Prado's numbers from today afternoon come true, the Greek will have a $50,000 power pool on Christmas Day. And I'll be like, Jesus, thank you. Tier 1 will be lit. It will be 100% lit. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to hear which one. The Magic 8 Ball told Lady Bex it's Binance. The Magic 8 Ball has never been proven wrong in the history of Magic 8 Ball. I love the Magic 8 Ball when it says stuff like this. I hate the Magic 8 Ball when it hates the Greek. Prado calls it the Futter Ball. Yeah.
Now he's a believer now.
Mark Spittler, we don't need any more supply or they could more. LOL. Yeah, we don't need any more supply right now. I agree. It's not going to happen. I truly, when that poll came out for the BNB sacrifice, a part of me was laughing because I'm like, Brian's just doing this to cause chaos. Because as soon as it came, people in the Discord erupted. And I'm like, ooh, okay, this is fun. And then he challenged Prado. When he threw Prado's name, what did Brian know Prado was going to do right away? When he said, Prado, you have to try and convince him you have 48 hours. He knew Prado was going to go straight to a live stream and go off and do what he does best. Prado finishes the live stream, and not within 3 minutes, Brian goes, I see the uproar, and it might not be worth having, and boom, it was off the table. And I'm like, that smart son of a gun did it. He just wanted to create some buzz in the Discord because, at the end of the day, it would have been a lot of work. And, they need to kind of get the numbers in set in stone. You got at some point, you got to set the numbers in stone and say, let's go. Because, Monkey Girl's in the house. Thank you. Monkey Girl is active in my Discord every night when the Greek is sleeping. And then I wake up and it just all kinds of stuff. I love it. I'm happy about the vesting now, especially with the nodes. Yeah, the node news really makes it a good deal, but I don't want people without nodes to feel like they're getting screwed. Part of the reasoning the node thing happened is we do have a cost associated with running nodes. So, there is that. And, they were purchased 1,050 staked into it. It's kind of different than sacrificing it and given bonuses on it. It was just allowed to rebase. I know. I didn't expect it. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect that. So that came as a surprise to me too. I was thinking we're going to get to 5% like everybody else. No big deal. It doesn't change my plan, but for a lot of people, this offers the flexibility if you have a node. And I get it. You know, the non-node holders will feel like they're losing out on something. Shadow X, I don't think I'm going to take out a penny after launch. I've always been here for the long haul. That's the way this is set up for. It's really set up for that, to pay you daily passive income, and you don't have to do anything. And Plan B's here again. Don't forget Uxie Labs is a development company behind the Vulcan blockchain and everything else we create. And man, wait to see what we bring to the barbecue. Just saying. Come on, Plan B, don't do this to me. I'm saving up the BUSD. I was waiting for this Uxie announcement. It was supposed to come at the end of last week. But you decided to drop a bomb on Monday on my live, made me go 4 hours and cause chaos and unrest and sleepless nights.
Pandemonium.
So it was funny. I finished my 4-hour live stream. I'm going to bed. I finally get to bed. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Prado calls me. And he goes, Greek, did you see? Brian said he's announcing it in 15 minutes. I go, Prado, what the hell is he announcing in 15 minutes? So I go on the Discord. By the time I get to the Discord, he announced the Medium article had come out for the staking. And then Prado goes, so are we going live? I go, Prado, I just got off 4 freaking hours of a live stream. You know, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning. He goes, well, I think I'm going to go live. And I go, you go live. And he goes, do you think if I invite Jason, he'll come? I'm like, I don't know. He was on my stream. And Prado's like, yeah, I'm jealous. And then that's how, and then Jason joined him. So I'm happy Jason joined him because Prado was super jealous. He said, Greek, how do you get everybody before me? That's what Prado said. He really did. But Jason, you did an excellent job. I really have to commend you. You did an awesome job maintaining your cool, keeping the community cool, and really just breaking it down for us. Antonio Dates, thank you so much. I appreciate the super sticker. Now I lost where I was. Oh, man. Plan B, I hope you have some good sausages on that barbecue. Oh, man. Triple Moon's bullish. I'm bullish, too. If you guys didn't know, the Greek is bullish. No, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to be happy. I have to be sad. I have to be judgmental about the blockchain. I cannot be too happy because if I'm too happy, I lose all credibility in the space. My passion cannot come through. I'm just okay on this blockchain. I don't know if we're going to make it. Is that better, guys? Like, should I do that? Should I just not give any excitement?
Like, man,
I'm not going to be a future Vulcaneer. Like, is what like
maybe? No, you got to be like maybe. Maybe I'm a
maybe future Vulcaneer. That's what the hate ball would say.
Maybe.
Like I'm sorry that when different things change, I am positive about it because the math makes sense in my head, and then I have to explain it out and make it make sense for everyone. Because when it makes sense in my head, I'm sitting there thinking of, wow, this is a good thing. But this is something that I talked to after NR released that video. We had a conversation. I'm like, you know, it makes 100% sense. I don't know if the team's going to do it. So me and Kryptonian were like, dude, it's actually kind of cool what NR said. Let's bring it up on the live stream. And that's how Monday night started. We didn't know anything about it. I had no clue this was a thing. Okay. We were just going to talk about what NR said in his video because we thought it was a good point. At that point, we didn't have much to talk about. And we wanted to see people's opinions on the vesting schedule. Mm-hmm. And then Brian kind of said, it's kind of happening. And then we had the passion come in, and you know, I get it, but in my mind, I knew it was going to be better. It's just tough for people to grasp because what we're asking here with this vesting, and this is the tough part, is we're telling people to not think of them right away, but think of we. And it's tough to separate people from their money to think for the greater good of everything. Not everybody is thinking like the Greek, super bullish, and thinking, wow, 20 years down the road, I can have legacy money for my family, and this is going to help me for future years to come. Not everybody's thinking that positively, and I get it. Not everybody's a Greek, a Prado, a Fowler, where we're like gung-ho, where we're making project, where we're trying to work on a project to release on this blockchain. Not everybody's like that, and I get that. Some people just saw this as an opportunity to buy safuu and then sacrifice it and be like, oh, 4-month turnaround, January 20th, I'll have 6x my money and I can sell out right away. Now, I get that. But in a way, we need to take what's good for all of us and do that. And that's what we've done here. And I get it. Whenever you think of the whole, there's going to be the few that are angry. It happens with everything. And, the team has to make these tough decisions. That's why I want them in charge, because they make the tough decisions and they've been doing an excellent job. Ramen says, how many tier 1 exchanges might we see within 7 days of launch? I know before they said 1 tier 1 and then they would roll them out. You don't want to release too many. You want to kind of have that, so you release one, you get the buzz, you milk it for all it's worth. Then you phase another one in, milk it, phase another one in. That's the best way to do it. So you get the best. I want to use a word that isn't bang there for your buck, but
explosive.
I guess best bang. Okay. Yeah. Most explosive bang. Oh, whatever. Explosive bang, biggest bang. How many bangs? Jesus, Greek. That's why we're here, Greek. Reap the rewards of our faith. It's extremely true. Like, we sacrificed, which is inherently, we put our faith in the team and the blockchain. Now, if the team seriously did something that was going to screw us, I would be the first person to come up here and say, oh, no, that doesn't work out in our favor. Like, the math doesn't make sense. But I haven't been able to do that with any move they've made. And if you see everybody, Dio, Star, some of the things that, the math, they're not saying, oh, this is not good for us. This is not good for us. This is not good for us. It's all working out in our favor. So until I see the team acting in a way that is against our best interests, then I'm going to be positive. And I have no reason to think they're working against us. Or who wants me to hijack the stream to show you how new blockchains have launched before? Khan, please, man. We need this news. 132 people. They're like, Khan, we love you, man. We want you to do more videos. We want your Vulcan videos, man. We want you to hype it up. We want you on with the Greek and Fowler right now. That's what they're saying, man.
Is he going to come on? I mean, how long ago was that message?
Oh, NR's funny. Ramen, forget about day one. That's nothing. Imagine the first year when the entire ecosystem is shaken up. Ooh.
Wait,
slap me silly. That's what I want. That's what we're talking about. It's all about, see, this is why when we see a lot of questions, do you see how the questions are asked by a lot of people? And I'm not throwing anybody under the bus here. They're always like day one. We want year one. We want to talk about what's coming. It's great to have it day one, but you want to make sure the blockchain's building and everything. So look at this.
Damn.
Look at this guy. It's like he listens to me. Oh,
Damn.
my goodness.
I mean, do I?
I don't know. I would hope not.
Did you see I hijacked your comment there for a second? I said, does everyone want me to come on and give examples of layer 1 blockchains that have done vesting periods?
No, I didn't. Well, I read the one.
You read it.
I read the one. That's why I told you to come on.
He was probably coming up.
So you
He
probably
didn't even hear you.
You probably turned me off.
Yeah, no, I shut off the YouTube video so I can.
Okay, yeah, I do the same thing. So yeah, you heard me. You didn't hear me reading the comment telling you to come on. Remember, your monthly 10% increases as you fix and flex. Yes, it does. If you don't sell, because if others are selling their fixes and flex, you're gaining on everybody else. That is true. And that 10% is only 10% if the price remains at $9. Now, if we go up to $18, it becomes a lot more. I just like to do attainable numbers and show you attainability. So, Con, show us some.
Got another one from Plan B real quick.
Okay. Plan B takes precedent over Con. Poor Con. Jesus, you guys comment so much. It's ridiculous. You know what's funny? These eyeballs have been around for over a year, and most assume it's just me dropping in. But I have a feeling soon people will get the vision behind it soon. It's funny.
That's
I
such a
just
bad
assumed
joke.
that he just does it to mess with me every time he comes in somewhere. He knows that when he drops eyeballs, Detective Greek goes to work and wants to know what the heck's going on. That's what's happening, Plan B. I see these eyeballs and I'm like, did I finally solve a case? Do you know what pisses me off, Plan B? Is
He can't
every
respond to
single
you.
case that I've tried to solve of yours, NR has been my man in the back feeding me the information and says, Greek, you make the video. So when I'm wrong on all my cases, NR has been feeding me that stuff. And then the one case that NR solves, he does the video on his own. Come on. He couldn't give the Greek the winning case where I could have said I solved it. But if I had done the vesting and said I solved it, I know how to like make the blockchain most successful, people would be like, Greek, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. So I'm glad. Okay, Con, take it away.
I can't even see how many people you got in here. How many people are about to learn?
134.
Because I'm not signed in, so I'm a guest at the moment, but it's all good. So I'm going to make a video and go through all this so you guys can actually have it. I don't have two screens right now to cycle through everything, so I'm just going to read. So I was curious. I was like, when did AVAX actually like come to inception? So in March 2020, it was made, but then it was released in September. So it had an initial price of $5, and then it immediately skyrocketed to 10 when it was being traded. And then on initial day that it was launched, it dropped hard because it didn't have a vesting period. And it was around $3 for about 3 months before literally the turn of the year. It was up to around $64. So if you waited 4 months, you would have gotten, a pretty big return. And then I was looking at BNB. BNB originally was on as an ERC20. But as soon as it went to its own mainnet, and that was on April 23rd, 2019, and I have this right here, 2019. Excuse me 1 second. Here we go. It basically was around $4 to $5, like kind of in the dirt. And then within about 3-4 months, it was up around 42, came back down to around 6.
And
but
I
then
owned
if you
$4.
waited another 8 months, it was up to its all-time high of around $680, $700. Solana. The crazy thing about Solana though was that it ICO'd at 4 cents, 4 cents a token, and then it launched at like 5. No, 3. Sorry, it launched at 3. But then obviously you guys know what Solana is sitting at today. It's sitting at $19.52. That's pretty crazy. So basically said when it launched, each person was up around 5,400%. That was an ICO. But the only thing with some of them with AVAX was that they had vesting periods ranging from 1 to 10 years. So I guess it depends on how much you owned. It was like I couldn't find exactly where it was. I have to go into more in depth when I do my video. I'll probably do it this weekend. And then guys, we have ChatGPT now. We have technology, as Patrick would
talk
like
to
to
computers. Gotta love it.
So I was intrigued. I was like, I wonder if ChatGPT knows, because it was, it has data up to 2001. Ethereum had a 2-year vesting period. Even XRP, guys, by the way, 4-year vesting period for the founders and early investors. So, it was called OpenCoin at the time. It wasn't called XRP. Neo, 1 year vesting period. EOS, 1 year vesting period. Cardano, 2-year vesting period. Polkadot, 4 years. So if we think about it, literally every single one had one, but the only one that really didn't was BNB, because it was already a trading token, kind of like how it just migrated over to its own mainnet and then immediately just launched afterwards because it was just so much better than Ethereum. But ain't that crazy? Literally everything that you've used as a blue chip has pretty much had a vesting period, because who the hell wants to get in we want to get in at a super low price and then you dump it on the market. But that's if you're just a normie that's probably buying a couple $100 worth if you're even able to get in it. But
King Kaching wants to know about Aptos.
Aptos
is kind of a different beast. They had so much investor backing. I don't know if they did, they probably had vesting with the backers, something. They have to.
Literally, I type in Aptos and it says Aptos vesting schedule, a 4-year vesting schedule with a 1-year cliff.
And they're asking you for 5 months.
So
I knew they would have to. They had so much when you have that much backing and so many people and you're offering them incentive to come in, like we were incentivized. I could see tier 1 exchanges being like, that's too much risk for us to throw our capital, because they have to buy an LP. And then, if it tanks, they're getting shelled too, if like everybody can dump on them. So as a tier 1 exchange, they're protecting their interest too. So this is good. And you're asking people, human nature is when you buy in for $1.50 a token, which is essentially, I was wrong yesterday. It's not $2.50 because we were given that bonus. It's $1.50. When you're given $7.50 free, you can't ask human nature, each person, to be like, do what's best for the blockchain. When you see 7x your money, 6x your money right away, human nature, it's one of those things. So I agree with the vesting. And when you see everybody's done it and you start to hear, and now even having Kyoto doing it, it's just like everybody's doing it. So it's not like something that's out of the blue.
It makes sense because like I was thinking to myself, like I haven't really talked to any of you guys about it like this over video. So obviously some part of me understands, and I'm sort of everyone's pissed off about the fact that there's a vesting period, but you it just makes sense that you have to do it. I know at first it wasn't said. I know, and I don't like it either. That stuff keeps changing. I get it, and I can sympathize with Poodles for that. But it makes sense when our dollar cost average is 290. But can you just looking at Solana at being 4 cents and then it launching at $3? That's insane. But like just going through the whole list and seeing everyone that's had vesting periods, I didn't even know. I honestly didn't think in my head that there was really ever having to be a vesting period. But it makes sense because all the people who have to fund the project to get it up and running, obviously there's not really a coin price at the time, so they kind of just do something that they believe is right, and then the open market decides what it is. But then you slowly roll out the tokenomics, of getting everyone their coins, and so it doesn't dilute it just immediately or just completely crash it immediately. So that's why I wanted to give you guys all the knowledge, because as soon as I saw that there were more than like 2 or 3, and I'm like, there's like 10 or 12 that are known ones, but there's so many other smaller projects that are in the top 200 that have done the same thing. And
it makes 100% sense, because have you noticed tokens lately when they're launching, they're doing these pre-sales, okay? They're offering you prices at like 25 cents and then they're launching at like 40 cents, okay? To like kind of advantage. But there's no lock on your coins other than initial. They say, oh, the initial tax will be 20%. What happens at launch? Every single time. Red candles, because they're all in profit. It's who can be the quickest person to sell because they want their profit. And that's all they're doing. And then they'll move on to the next one. And so there's no incentive. Like, I don't want to see that happen. But it is when you're giving people free money, the liquidity is not there for all the money you're giving people free. So you have to do something to protect it. So it does make sense.
I'm surprised that even when safuu launched, that did as well, because the pre-sale price was lower than really like what it was after 2 days, 3 days.
But they had an incentive to hold. You were earning more.
Yeah,
and it launched at a good time. I will say that, at a good time when everything was spiking up. People had a lot more in crypto. Like now, the launches, safuu launched in today's environment would have been probably the same thing.
It would have done so bad.
Yeah, and that's not being negative. It's just everything launching now. It's like JMass comes in with a super chat, and that's how YUBs get paid. YUB stands for YouTuber Ultra Beast. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Means the world.
Dang. Who knew the Greek was the Ultra Beast?
I don't know. You came on and then he super chatted, so you could be the Ultra Beast. So. Kelly Productions. What if eyeballs is him saying exchanges or potential partners are watching to gauge community sentiment, or means his eyes hurt? LOL. I don't know. I'm drunk.
That's a way of putting it.
That's a good way. Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
I'm sure that there are people that are watching that want it on their chain because it's volume.
One thing I could say is I don't know if the team knew that exchange probably you don't know something's a requirement or not with an exchange until you get to have a conversation with exchanges, right? You just see outside. Like, do you know what a requirement is for an exchange con? You've never talked with an exchange. You don't know what their requirements. You can look up on Google and be like requirements of a tier 1 exchange, and you get some blanket statements, you get some blanket things, but until you sit down in a boardroom with these people and they won't even have the conversation when they're telling you vesting needs to be on the table to even have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you find out some things. But if Kyoto didn't go to a vesting thing at around the same time frame here, like whoop-de-doo, they're about to release theirs and they just switched to vesting. It kind of shows you that maybe that's where this is headed. Maybe that is where exchanges are headed. Maybe this is a new thing that, we didn't know. That's the only thing. So like statements where you say, oh, well, the team knew. Maybe they did know, maybe they didn't. Who knows what was known? But I just know that moving forward, I see this as the best way forward with the parameters we have set in place now and knowing the reasons behind it. Now, of course, I get why some are mad because, they wanted to have access to their funds and all that stuff. And it's understandable. It's understandable.
100%.
Yeah. And Poodles tells us something is a requirement and stuff saying what it is. Now, we don't know what they know. Like, we don't know what they know. So that it's like hard for us to gauge that. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to I don't know what they don't know. And I don't know what they do know. Yeah, I'm not in the boardrooms. I'm not talking with everything. And Charles,
I did ask ChatGPT to see what it would say. It says vesting is not entirely a requirement for a tier 1 crypto exchange, but is often seen as a positive signal of a project's commitment to a long-term success and reasonable token distribution. Ultimately, while vesting may not be a formal requirement, it can be a positive factor in the project's listing decision and can help to increase investor confidence in the long-term longevity of the prospects it may ensue.
Yeah, I can see that changing. I can see that changing, especially in this climate. This crypto climate with everything's going on, banks and stuff. I can see that being almost turning into a requirement. Since this bear market started. So yeah, those things could definitely change. It could by that the general, like you said, general blanket statements, and usually those, they could change. They could definitely change.
It can, yeah.
So is Poodle saying like Binance, like their actual
they don't require vesting on their exchange? I don't know the truth of that, but also,
but I feel like a lot of that stuff none of us would really know unless we were a developer and had to ask them. I don't think they just tell random people like you and me.
Yeah, I don't. I'm
know. I'm not trying to say there's that we're stupid or anything with that, but like I think that there's some stuff that we just as public don't know.
Yeah. And Charles says maybe it wasn't a requirement then, or with the sexes they went with, or it is now with the sexes that Brian is talking to. Poodles, we can't and shouldn't assume. Suggest is not. That's what I'm saying. We can't assume. I don't know. I'm not in the conversations, and maybe they wouldn't even have a conversation. Oh, you're a startup blockchain. Maybe come back to us in 6 months. But if you say I got vesting and I can guarantee you certain parameters and we can guarantee some things, now the conversation's way different with tier 1s. Tier 1s are different. Plan B. At Blockchain Poodles, you're incorrect, mate. Until you sit in meetings with certain tier 1 exchanges, which we have dealing with for months with us, then you can put words in our mouth. Exactly. That's the one thing that I always say. I don't want to throw words because, and I saw that, I saw that when we were in Dubai, like how many people were coming up once we were there. Those conversations weren't had until we were in Dubai. So for anybody who says that, and then, it leads to more conversations as you get more connections in the space, you get all this stuff. So these conversations are going. Maybe the tier 1 exchange was like they're in talks, they're having great talks, and they're like, oh, in today's climate, it would make us feel better if you had this. But then you're like, okay, let's run the numbers, which the team does, and then they like, oh yeah, having this exchange is worth it. I can't say what they're doing. I can't say the conversations, but I just know if it helps me.
Well, hey, you just think about this. Say they list it on we'll go and say Binance. We'll say, well, they listed on Binance. What are you gonna if Vulcan doesn't have in their decks on Uxiswap, doesn't have an easy way for you to go right to money fiat, if your native fiat, whoever wherever you are, I don't you're gonna transfer over to that exchange and immediately sell it if you can and get it right to fiat dollars. So not only is the exchange losing money as well, but they're getting some money on the volume, but they're basically just giving a direct way for you to get money off of Vulcan, and that's what I see in my eyes. So I don't think an exchange wants to be an off ramp only.
Yeah, Khan's dropping bombs. I didn't even know that all these did vesting things. I was just looking in today's climate with the amount of free money we were given and leaving that up to people's devices without having a huge amount of stuff at launch. And what I mean is for us to maintain and move up, we would have had to have a lot of projects at launch and a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying that still can't happen, but now they can build liquidity pools in confidence. It's one of those things where people forget about this too, not just for exchanges, but having a nice liquidity where you can build it up slowly and properly is great for a project coming in. So a new project coming in that's trying to build their liquidity pool, if the price is swinging like this, their price is doing the same thing because it's paired with that coin. Now, could you imagine like the price goes from $90 down to 40 up to, or if it dipped down to $3, it's like it's caused chaos in their projects too. This could cause a lot of chaos for starting projects. Now maybe projects come in and they have a lot more confidence, and the consumer is going to be much more confident knowing that we hold 27 million coins in circulation. It's all in circulation right now. Dio said the same thing. Like it's all in our hands. Now, as somebody coming in, that's very intimidating knowing that 27 million coins are already owned by people on this blockchain. So whatever you buy in, you put 65K at $9, you're getting 6,800 coins that somebody could just turn and dump their millions on you and you miss out. So that's not great for the consumer coming in. But if you tell them, hey, they 27, but they're vested and only 5% is released in month 1, 20%, they're like, oh, okay, so this can grow organically and I can come in with the confidence that I need to get into the blockchain, build the projects, get the blockchain healthy, get the liquidity healthy, which it will. And then
then those don't really have much of a, those cells don't really have much of a hit.
And maybe by that time, people will have collected because they've been forced to collect their passive income every day, and they're realizing, oh, I'm not selling my whole bag. Are you kidding me? Look at how much money I made the first month, just passive income. And that's what I'm hoping people realize, is that there's opportunities. And if Prado's even close to some of the numbers he puts out there, woo.
So that's the thing. So like I'm seeing the comments come up, but like everyone's talking about BSC. Like you can list anything pretty much on BSC. Like you can have a BSC pair of something, or you can put any token really on BSC. That's a totally different way than it actually is having Binance actually list your coin on an exchange. There's so many coins that are on Binance that aren't on actual Binance central exchange. But I'm just gonna.
I agree, Kelly.
Read, what was that saying? I totally forgot what it is because I'm not wearing my glasses.
Oh, now I know why investors will never be allowed in team meetings. Oh, it's one of those tough things. It's really tough because, it's one of those things where we're all looking out for our bags. And I can't tell somebody, oh, you're not allowed to look out for your bag. And that would be 100% dumb on my part. Everybody is obviously, they have to care about their bag. But also, when you think about the whole blockchain, your bag is meaningless if the blockchain is meaningless. So we have to view it like that. So like if the blockchain isn't making it, or we're doing something detrimental to the blockchain, your bag is just as useless. So we need to focus on the collective as well as yourselves, and making money in the process while focusing on the collective. Sounds like a great trade-off to me.
What was that saying? Oh, Ian gave you a super chat there too. That I was addressing that. Yeah. I can't pull up comments.
Oh, yeah, you invited as a guest, right? Plan B says, also just saying, if you want to sit here and argue, I can say for a fact that BSC has different requirements than what was a year or more ago. I said things get approved or recommended by a panel. Jesus.
A
That
lot
so
of things are changing.
yeah, so BSC probably has a whole lot of requirements. I don't see a lot of new stuff going on BSC lately. I really don't. Like projects listing on BSC, but not going on their exchange. I haven't really seen a lot. It's very hard to get on these exchanges. And they're not just going to take anybody because with all the scandals going on, they don't want to be caught in the middle of anything. There's already credibility issues in the space with what FTX did. And, they have to pivot as well to protect their assets as well. So we have to think about that. The whole space was shook up. Okay, it affected everybody in the space.
I like to address stuff like this. I think I always played the game when I was a kid is that you never talk about it. So something like this is I just won't want to mention anything about being listed on any of those top exchanges so that it can be a surprise. I think the less you talk about it, the more likely it happens.
And Plan B says, when I say BSC, I mean Binance's exchange. Plan B, don't worry, I got you. I knew what you meant.
To just say BEX, BEX, the Binance exchange. Oh man, yeah, no, so definitely not here in the U.S. I wanted to say that definitely it won't be.
My enemy, the notorious one. If we list on Binance, would Vault automatically get listed on Binance US? The US can't use Binance, unfortunately, so we would need the latter. Packers. Yeah, get rid of your scumbag quarterback. They're playing hardball now. They don't want to trade him, but they're going to. I don't know how that works with Binance if it's automatic, but
no, it's not.
I think it might be different with different regulations. But if Binance were to happen, I wouldn't even care if it's on Binance US.
It would be everywhere else. Dude, if they list it on Binance, it'll be everywhere else but United States. That's just how it works.
But guess what? That would bring in a lot of people to Vulcan. So in my opinion, that wouldn't be bad. Not saying it's Binance, guys. Not saying it's Binance, but yeah, great super chat questions.
Very.
But pride and ego won't let them think correctly. That's the thing. And I've noticed things now that I'm on the safuu council. You can see what an investor thinks about. They're thinking about short term and my bag now. What's my bag worth now today? How does that affect me today? But when you're part of a team and you're on the founders of a team, Plan B wants it to be successful at the start. He wants it to, but he wants it to be around and the most successful can be years to come. So he's got to take a different perspective with everything. Just like as a council of safuu, I can't just look and be like, we can do this. And that will shoot the price up 4 cents tomorrow and give people exit liquidity just so they can benefit because we care about our holders. Yes, I do care about those holders. I'm not saying I don't care, but that's doing a disservice to the greater good of the project if you're just looking at one small thing and not looking out for the overall well-being as a whole of the product. So that's what we need to take into account when they're making these decisions. It's not just, in your face. No, it's overall well-being of the blockchain. And who knows? They could have released in a free market. We could have seen what it did. But if it's better this way, then it's better this way. The more people that make money, the more people will come in, just like safuu launch. It's 100% true because what happens when you start making money in anything? You tell people, right? You start telling your friends. You go to your friend's house. You show them. You do your claims in front of your friend. You show him how much money you made that day just by clicking a button. And he's going to ask you, how did you do that? Well, here, I'll show you. Buy Vulcan. And maybe you get them to buy Vulcan. Maybe it's a little amount. Maybe they're like, oh, I can make $20 a day, just with their small amount. And maybe they build their bags. And maybe you teach them a way and you get them in a new ecosystem and they learn something about the crypto space and they see it positively. And we bring in a ton of new holders. That is the greatest actually thing I've been preaching. We could all do that is start showing a different friend each day, you claiming, because that's free money going into your wallet. And then get that. And that's the best word of mouth we can do. Great advertising. That will bring a lot of new people in. And yep. Silence. Bring on Plan B and Poodles. If Plan B wants to come on, he can hit me up. I'll send him the link. But I think top exchanges are more likely to list your project if you have vesting included. I 100% agree with this. It may not be like 100% requirement, but it might help with the getting your foot in the door. And when you have it, your chances of getting approved go up. So there's a lot that goes on with this. Plus, it does help the protocol.
Well, you can, if you think about it from a logical standpoint, you're going to wind up listing it. What do most coins and stuff do within the first 3 months, especially if it's a popular one? It's going to rise. The price is going to rise. But especially if all the people are holding that have massive bags because they got in an ICO, then they just dump it. I mean, I can't iterate it enough. I mean, we all wanted it to be, day one that we could sell, but I think we all probably knew at some point in our minds and our hearts that it probably wouldn't make sense.
Here's where it gets scary, because I see this. I've never touched some of the money, like what my bag currently says it's worth. And let me just state this. It's on paper what it says it's worth. It's not realized anything. But if you gave me access to that, and then the price did jump up to like $100,
you're going to take it.
It's hard for me not to want to take that, knowing
or
that
even half
a
of
lot
it
of people.
But imagine if everyone took half of it up that. I mean, right at the beginning.
That's the thing. A lot of people would. The price would dip, and then you might get to buy back in and do those games and stuff. But it's very tough to like the liquidity. It would have been nuts. It would have been complete nuts. It's just too much free money for a lot of people. And
well, so I definitely think what I was kind of going to get at real quick was, I mean, for a lot of people, I can understand that the turmoil and why our a fellow YouTuber was having issues with it, because you told one thing and it keep changing and stuff like that. And I told you guys, I think privately, that I've had to talk to people about all these changes over and over again, and now the vesting thing made some family members really upset about the vesting. They're like, oh man, I gotta wait this long. But it's not that much money, but to when you tell them how much it is, to some people 4 or 5 figures could be a lot. Even for like 4 figures, for me, that could be life-changing for some things that I need. So all I can say is I can totally understand the total mindset behind, oh man, I can only get this much out of my my initial at the beginning. Obviously, price appreciation would help with that, but when you think about it logically and how you don't want to like run the well dry within the first hour or two, you want to make it last, and then the longer it lasts, the more it's able to replenish. And that's just how an ICO works. And then that's what made me think, how about I look up how many coins have ICO'd, because that makes a lot of sense. And then you find out almost all of them have. And I was actually going to say too, I don't know how much longer the SEC is going to allow ICOs to happen either, because in their head, an ICO and it just in general is a security. So it's like getting
that argument from some people. This now is treated as a security. We better watch out. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But like, I'm looking for the benefit of everybody. Ramen says, in my opinion, vesting period for vol should be 1 to 2 years for us who got super cheap price and will get around 10% return per month. It's 100% true. But I mean, I think 5 months is plenty of time. It gives them 5 months to ramp up and really get this blockchain moving. And if we get a lot of projects and we get some stuff, and you won't even notice, and for everybody assuming that when the vesting period's 100% over, that it's just going to be straight red, people are just going to sell everything. It's getting released in batches. So that's going to be spread out over 5 months. It's not going to be all 1 month. Oh my gosh, look at this. And
I guarantee you someone is not going to wind up holding for 5 months straight and then sell all of it at once.
If your plan was to sell day one, you're going to sell day one as soon as it's released, right? As soon as you get your release, you're going to sell if your plan was to sell day one. Okay, that's how it's going to happen. So you're going to have those people. Then you're going to see those people are like, man, I'm making good passive income. They may change their mind. They may have a plan. Like, we all go into this with a plan. Obviously, mine's changed many times because the tokenomics have changed. Okay. So we can't always just become fixated on what a plan is. You may find out that we're not doing 50 million in volume a day. We're doing 100 million in volume, and things are looking really good. And you're like, wow, I'm making a lot of passive income. Why would I sell this in like 3 months with this amount of volume? And if the price is high at that point, like we're talking $50, you can make pretty good money. You can already be a return on investment without ever touching your initial. That's not pipe dreams. That's not pipe dreams. That's just like the math is there. It can happen. And when people go, it's a pipe dream because, you know, the price has to go down with all these. No, because it's recycled coins. We're going to be deflationary in nature with the right amounts of volume. This is going to be something amazing. Just let the team build it.
Wait, it's only 20. It's only 25 and then, or 27, and you're going to have 5% initially. So you're not going to be at full supply until
1.35 million. Yeah, 1.35 million.
But even then, there's like a lot of
coins can be sold in the first month.
You look at how many like other blockchains of how many tokens they have. I mean, I think 27 million is a pretty good number. It's not too crazy. I mean, considering how many people are on the planet, I mean, 27 million is not bad.
Before the node numbers today, I had figured it out, and I also did this with Daniel. Because 1.35 million is released, essentially that becomes our circulating supply, because whatever's left in the contract the first month is like a static supply. So technically you only have 1.35 million in circulating supply for the whole first month.
And that's what people hold. That's not even what's actually available.
In their wallets, it's able to be sold. So that's crazy when you think about it. Like, yeah, 27 million is in real circulating supply. That's what the book's going to say. But really, what can be sold and acted upon is only 1.35 million. So what do you think price is going to do?
So even if half the people sell, you're still going to have set like 500, 650,000 coins available. That's it. And you know, we saw what happened with safuu. I mean, it was, you know, we had what, 500,000 in circulation, and it was like $300.
That's what I'm trying to, like, the positives here. That if the price soars enough, even once you sell your 5%, you're making back a great amount, and then you might not, you know, it's not necessarily bad for everybody.
You see, I'm just pointing out. I'm not, you know, you guys know I'm not like all the other YouTubers. You know, I'm pretty. I'm not saying that you're shilly or anything, guys. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm usually pretty well rounded with numbers, being from charts. And I'm a very numbers guy when it comes to that stuff. That's why I'm usually looked at for realistic price action. If we want Protonomics, you know, we'll go to his calculator. You know, I enjoyed every morning when I listened to his video and him pulling up the Casio.
The best is when I come on, he's like, ooh, he's got it on like go. Greeks in calculator. Boom.
Greek, can you put up my oh, I can't. Nope.
Compton, what comment are you talking about?
I don't know. I can't scroll through it either.
Is it this one? Add everyone. Either we all blood in with Vulcan or we blood out. Simple. So you're saying you're either all in for Vulcan or you're out. That's basically it. It's 100%. I get it.
See, you know, the thing is, like, I think what Kryptonian was saying was respect. If you can respect how it is made and you respect the tokenomics of what it is, then cool. You can use it and you can live your days, and you don't have to, you know, you don't have to be as die hard. But I mean, if you follow how it is, then, you know, cool. But
yeah,
obviously, if you don't really care about the tokenomics and are just trying to write it up just to write it up, I mean, I guess you're just going to wind up giving that volume or whatever those power flex daily things, and then a power pool, and then a month will go to everyone else.
The greatest thing about the tokenomics, and too, is like when Prado does his calculations, forget the numbers here, is as the price spikes and everything and does all this stuff, so do those daily flex numbers, because you're getting more per coin. You know, it's just like everything becomes better. Like your rebases become better. Like just on a 6,800 Vulcan bag, you know, like my bag, it's 4 Vulcan a day. Like if the price is sitting at $100 or something like that, you're earning $400 a day just in rebases. You know, like everything gets better. Remember the static, the fixed part, that gets better. It's amazing. Rob S says, screw the SEC. They can say whatever they want, but it still needs to go in front of a judge. That's why XRP is looking good. We all need XRP to win. So like I said, screw the SEC and Gary.
Oh God, where's my hat?
Khan loves XRP. I don't know if you guys know this. Khan's an XRP.
Changed. Yeah, no, I know all about that. Don't worry, buddy. I know all about it. I've been following it for freaking ever.
Yeah, vesting is a great change for Vulcan Health. Brian gave us GVol. Brian gave us Flex. Brian gave us PowerPool. All great changes. Let's not slander Brian if we don't personally like the vesting change. Exactly. We shouldn't put words in anybody's mouth. We don't know what the team is doing. We don't know the conversations they're having. And I can assure you this, and I can say this with so much confidence that they're not looking there saying, how can we screw people? Because I've met the team. Robin, we will have 5%, which is 1.3 million coins released on first day. If 50% of that up for sale on first day, and we assume 50% volume, price will be 70 vol on first day. It makes sense. Yes, I could see that happening. Very
September.
And do people sell right on first day? Like, a lot of people aren't going to sell. I mean, don't you want to see what the power pool, or what the flex? I'm sorry, not power pool. What the flex gives you for a few days before you decide if you want to sell? You know?
Nah, man. I think even with the 5% dispersed out, I think they still will sell on day one.
It's okay. Like, you want those who don't believe to get out. Okay, as fast as possible. You want to have like a healthy bottom, knowing that you got these people who believe long term. And a lot of the node holders, while they're going to be given more vault at access to day one, they have a long term vision. You're going to be running this node for the life of this blockchain. You want the blockchain to be more successful. You're not going to do something at the start to detriment the blockchain when you know that you're going to be in this thing for a long time. You're going to be running the network for a long time. That's how a node holder should be thinking. Weight of the responsibility of the blockchain's on them. King Kachin, the other projects that had vesting periods for far longer than 5 months had what for passive income? I'm thinking nothing, purely coin price based. We haven't made really. Nothing. And a lot of stocks, like, some jobs give their employees, free stock, but they have to stay with the company for certain, and then it gets released on schedule. So, there's that too. It happens. Mm-hmm. It happens in the stock market, and you're not making anything off of that. It's just sitting there. Yeah, it was given to you for free. It's essentially what's happening here. We're almost by month 2. You're going to get everything that you've put into this working. They're just asking you to hold on to the free parts for the extra 3 months. So when you think of it that way, you're not like, oh, they're not asking too much of you. They really aren't. It's the problem is people are viewing the whole bag now and the price, the dollar value it holds now, but that 10% given price fluctuations and rising, and when that second month gets released to you, you can be. Thank you. You're no longer a chicken wing, but turkey legs. Oh, Jesus. Compton, come on, man. Come on, bro.
I was just going to say, someone just said, what do they think the volume on a new blockchain is in the first 5 months? I just looked up AVAX. I mean, it wasn't too great, but it was around 35 to 50 million. Obviously compare that to Ethereum's 2 billion.
Yeah, but what was on AVAX when it launched?
What do you mean?
Like projects and stuff. Like what was it? What was driving its volume?
I don't think much. I think their total projects right now. How many did I say Greek before? Was it 100 something projects?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
It's not that many. Like,
it's not even a lot now. But it's one of those things where when you look at those numbers, like, I want people to understand there's going to be a ramp up period. It's not going to be like just magic. The first week we could see high amounts of volume because you're getting a lot of new blood in. It's the newest thing. It's the greatest thing people want to establish. So when you have this ramp up period, this gives the team time to settle.
Here it is, 478 projects. That's
currently now?
Yeah, 478 projects.
I've tried to look up with a lot of chains how many projects they have on launch, and it's like one of those things where it's like you can never get like reliable information when you try and look it up. It's like very hard.
At least AVAX does that. AVAX, like Soju, it says they have 478 projects in 30 months. So that's how long it took them to get to that many projects.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crap ton. It's gonna be a crap ton of projects too. I mean, you got to think about it. Once it starts soaring, start rising up the chart, the projects are gonna come. They're just gonna come.
It's just like the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. They'll come. If you show them that this is a sustainable and it's got a healthy ecosystem and it's all set up for the future, projects will want to build on your blockchain because they want to go where the newest, greatest, best things are, and where the people are there, where the community's there and they can have a good time and know that you're going to be sustainable and there for the long run. Compton says he would only sell to pay off his credit cards and fly out to Chicago to meet up with my sneaker plug. Any Jordan I want, he has. Any Jordan, huh? Well, maybe you'll have to hook the Greek up. Come to Chi-Town, you hook me and Fowler up with some Jordans too, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, Compton.
Connect us with the plug.
Mark Spittler says it right. You have to trust the team. I would not have sacrificed if I didn't, so I don't see a different team. I see no reason to change my mind. Once again, it was a sacrifice. A sacrifice. I know the word sacrifice, like people like it wasn't a promise to you. It was a sacrifice, putting your trust in the team. We sacrificed for a blockchain. I didn't sacrifice for a specific blockchain. What was sold, the bill of goods, I knew it could change, and I knew any change could potentially work in our favor, which every change has. Of course, they're not going to do changes that are going to be against you. It's not going to that would be dumb, but they haven't done that. Rob S, 153 watching. We need 153 likes. Now we're down to 137. People hate me. I don't know. They hate me. They keep leaving. Nevin Loverick, great chat. I feel more safe with vesting period because I didn't plan to sell. If you didn't plan to sell and your plan was always to take passive income, this vesting doesn't even matter to you. Like you don't even have to claim the dang thing from the vesting. You could still do all your rewards. Like Brian said, you could just leave it in there. If you don't trust yourself, you could just leave it in there and you can do your claims. It still reads like it's in your wallet. It's just not in your wallet. You could still do your flex claims every day and do that. So you don't have to ever, if you never planned on selling and you just planned on passive income stream, it doesn't change your plan one bit. Wow, I actually got to the end of the comments. Holy crap.
Oh,
You're right. We want the best exchanges and a healthy blockchain. That's what it boils down to. I want a great blockchain, not the blockchain. I want a great one. And oh my God, come on, wow. Barry. Barry says my beaver warmer is growing in nicely. Barry McCockiner, thank you so much for the super chat. He just tries to get me to say weird stuff on air every single time.
Mr. Greek, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. I just need to bring it up.
What could it be? What could it be? What does Con have?
Can you see this?
All right.
I thought you couldn't do this.
Did I do it? Huh? Who knew? Do you see this token distribution from AVAX?
I can't read it, so if you can let me make it full screen. Actually,
it's kind of hard to. It won't let me do it any bigger.
That's fine.
But
just
look at this though. The staking rewards takes up half, 360 million of their supply. 288 is 40% for private investors in AVAX team, and then only 10% is for public sales. Imagine if they allowed that 40% to just not. And just sell all immediately on day one. That 40% of the supply. That'd be pretty crazy. That
would be nuts. And that's a very danger because they've been given stuff at a cheaper price. They're already in profits. We have to think. Donald Richardson, I got 3 rich uncles with nodes that are younger than me and a part of the Vulcan blockchain. They're going to be awfully happy, man. Bobtail, in for long-term growth and rewards later. Plan B still here. Feel free. If you want to keep me on longer, Plan B, now's the time to drop the bomb. Okay? I said an hour and a half I was going to go. I've given you an hour 34 minutes. So far, we have safuu, LSC, Vulcan, Kiwi, Cosmic Force, unannounced ETH projects watching us, ready to jump, freakishly bullish on Vulcan. There's a whole lot of stuff out there. People are waiting. As I've said, when in this space, a lot of people don't like taking the risks. They like sitting on the afterburners on the outside, and they like to wait and see things in action. So when they see it come out, they see it's healthy, they're going to jump in. And I know a lot of people like that.
So imagine taking that risk with Bitcoin, like 8-10 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I bought Bitcoin at like $500 and I owned 3 Bitcoin at one point. And I kick myself all the time because I had that that mindset of, crypto, it's the most it's ever going to be. What the heck? Never listen. Always trust your instincts. The Greek DeFi guru just played with the volt calculator. 1,050 volt, $9 at 25 million daily transactions equals $8,988.32. Is this correct? If so, WTF?
See, that's gonna be so little.
That's for the year. That's for the year. That's 100% correct.
I'm saying for daily transaction volume, 25 million, and I just told you that AVAX is like 50 to 75, and nothing really happens.
This is 100%, and this is what I'm talking about for people like, 1,050 volt is worth $9,000, and that's just the flex. That's not counting your power pool and your rebasing off that 1050 volt. That's why I say that it's so you're looking at about 120, 130% gains and returns. Where else can you get that?
I do like to lower the transaction volume that you guys are giving, like the 10, 25 million. That's pretty conservative. And what I've seen,
I like to throw it out because I did on my bag size. I was figuring about $54 a day, and that's at 20 million in transactional volume. And I like to do that math because if you're happy with 20, 25 million. Of course, you're going to be happy with 50. Of course, you're going to be happy with 75. Of course, you're going to be happy with, and if Pradonomics comes, you're going to be doing backflips and you won't be able to shut the hell up. You'll be telling everybody in the world. Twitter will be the craziest thing if Pradonomic numbers come in or anywhere close because people will be losing their shit. Okay. It'll be nuts. So,
people are going to be asking the 8-ball. What's the price? Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be hilarious.
Well, be nice to me today. Kelly says, "Sorry, Greek, I'm listening, but I'm cooking too. Can't keep up with the chat. I'm making churro beans and Spanish rice." Ooh,
nice. Hey, but I am gonna say goodbye to you guys. I just want to stop in real quick, drop some knowledge. As you guys know, I'm pretty busy, so I figured that would be helpful for however many people were listening, because people are tuning in for the Greek DeFi gurus lives.
Guys, if you can, Khan does excellent work. Please check out anythingcrypto.news and just show him some love. He's doing amazing work. And when this blockchain comes out, he's going to be the guy we go to nightly for our daily TA and know what to expect the next day. So he did great work on safuu, and he's going to do the same work. But let's show him the love. Let's not just leave his channel and let it just die. He's still doing excellent work, market sentiment work with Ethereum, Bitcoin, 2-minute videos. We're not talking putting a lot of time in. We're talking 2-minute videos where you can learn about the technicals in the crypto space. So check them out, please.
Hey, they have been working. Yeah, 2-minute technicals. But yeah, all right, guys. I appreciate you always plugging it in. I'm actually wanting to tell you, everyone here on live, I don't know if you guys checked your Discord, because I do have my own little private Discord for anything crypto. For the team that I have. We are starting to work on the mobile app, so it'll be coming out on Android first, and then it'll be coming out on iPhone. Unfortunately, doing it for Android is a lot easier than it is for iOS, but
you are 100% correct. Everybody said the same thing. It's 100% easier.
But the kicker is I don't have an iOS device, and I need to be able to troubleshoot on an iOS device. So that's letting you guys know that. That's pretty cool. But otherwise, I'm going to get back to it, work on some articles, and I'll see you all soon. Appreciate you for having me on.
Thanks, Con.
You guys listening to the info.
All right, Con.
Peace out, guys.
All right, so we're going to close this up. I'm just taking enough passive income to work to become debt-free by the end of the year, building my bags as I go. Greek and Fowler, I got you guys. There's a Jordan for collab with Nike SB. Go to svrn.com. That store is in Chicago. Go to releases and you'll see that Jordan 4. Ooh, okay. All right. Sounds good, Compton. Sounds good. Barry McCockiner. These guys offer so much value. Like and subscribe. Thanks, Barry. I appreciate it. You always take care of me. That sounded so wrong. Jesus. Now that I read it back. Thanks, Barry, for your support. That's not as bad. Okay. JMass, I got to buy an AED. I feel a heart attack coming on. No, you got to make it, sir. Do you know what? You guys want to know how much passion Prado has? This is true story. He's talking to me, and as I'm talking to him, and I'm driving, and of course, I'm watching videos all the time while I'm driving. I'm doing the most dangerous stuff. He goes, Greek, you need to stop that stuff. he goes, you know what my number one fear is? He goes, when I cross an intersection now, I look left, I look right, I look left, I look right, I look left, I look right. I'm like, Prado, what the heck are you doing? And he goes, Greek, I'm afraid something's going to happen to me and I will miss out on the greatest thing known to man. That's how much passion Prado has. He's so worried about something happening to him that he's going to miss out on the Vulcan blockchain. So when you guys see Prado, he has tons, and I'm talking tons of passion. And this is true story. Like Prado was trying to like convince me on some new change that he didn't have to convince me on. Like Prado does this stuff all the time. He tries to convince me when I'm already convinced. So it's just funny that's how much passion Prado has, and it's a good story. So this made me think of it. Got to buy you feel a heart attack coming on because Prado was like, Greek, I need to make sure I'm healthy as he's smoking left and right, vaping every day. You know, I always give him crap about that. Yes, they do, along with entertainment, charm, and class, for real. And guess who's in the comments? Maybe not. Maybe not. I can't find it. Oh, there he is.
Brian. Yeah.
Brian Legends in the comments. Thank you so much. He goes, I'm buying a poodle. I don't know why I find that so funny. Poodles are cool dogs. You get to give them haircuts and like cool designs, you know. Do you know what, Brian? You should buy this dog. Legends in the house. Tell Brian Legend that he should buy a legend dog like this. Yes, you are a true legend. Okay, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Okay, thank you so much, Brian, for the support. I appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in to watch me. It means a whole lot that you guys come, show up. Yeah, we're not going to get a rundown. Plan B again, Brian Legend Vulcan. Didn't you want a Macau? LOL. Man, you guys can get all kinds. Brian, you are 100% correct. Pugs are so noisy. They snore so loud, and they take up a lot of room. They want to be by you at all times. They like when you sit on a couch, they have to be touching you at all times. It's like, it's ridiculous. And they shed. I have dog hair all over me. Like I show up to work with dog hair and I just go, people don't even, it's fine. You know, pugs are cool though. I love them. They get a lot of ladies' attention. They really do. So, Follow, you got any last words?
Not much, man. Pretty much the vesting schedule is like, that's the thing. And, you know, all the positives, you know, I don't really see too many negatives. I never really saw it as negatives. I just saw it as some more or less concerns. But like for the most part, I see way too much positive. And it's like you kind of think about it when you compare it to like I tried to do earlier, comparing it to the old tokenomics, man, we're getting such a better deal here. And we're almost kind of getting saved from ourselves because remember the last time we tried to do something right, we all shut it down in like day one, that sacrifice, and then everybody was complaining all the days after. So, you know, I think it's
Brian, Poodles has a poodle for you. Poodles actually does breed poodles, for anybody who didn't know. It's not just like, that's why he's called blockchain poodles. He actually does breed poodles, and actually they're like gorgeous poodles. So actually like show poodles are actually pretty cool. Plan B goes win calculator, sir. I can assure you that tomorrow morning, whenever Prado decides he wants to get on, by the way, Prado, I'm testing you again. 47's today's number. If you watch till now, you'll know the number. Don't tell Prado. Please don't. Nobody tell Prado. 47's today's number. I want to see if Mr. Prado gets it. He claims he watches to the end all the time. I know he watches because he loves hearing the Greek talk. He tells me every time. So with this, I'm going to end it because I got stuff I have to do. I love all you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always supporting me. For the 145 people still here, just know we're all going to make it. And this is the greatest thing that we have ever seen. And it's just getting started. Never fear, because the Greek